Hello, it's Shane, and I am here to get excited about you and me and all of us fucking this up. How does that feel? So, here's the inspiration on that. I'm going to give you, first of all, where to go so I can read your shit. I can read your names. So, if you're signing on, I'm going to put this in the comments. Hopefully, I'll pin it. Okay. Prepare to fuck up. What does that mean? So I have been fielding, yay, Hazel. Hazel already did the right thing. Oh my God. Wilfredo already did the right thing. Welcome, welcome. So tomorrow is the first day of Video Vixen. Woo! And I've done it so many times. And every time I give less of a fuck about fucking it up. Maybe for me, fucking it up is different than you fucking it up. But I love that, Wilfredo. I stay fucking up. Good. So here's what I want to share, and we're going to get into it a little bit. I want to make sure I'm live. I've been fielding a lot of questions, and they're so valuable. But the subtext to all the questions is, I don't want to fuck this up. And I'm here to say, you should assume and know that you will fuck it up. You will in ways that are going to be annoying to you, that are going to annoy you, either if you fuck it up or I fuck it up. And I want you to know, I want to work with the perspective that may seem counterintuitive, but here is a thought leader. I want to say a potential catalyst for the most growth is embracing it's inevitable that you will fuck something up in Video Vixen. And you know what I say to that? Who cares? Okay. Hi, everyone. Okay, so I'm going to post that. Yay, Mindy. Okay, I stay fucking up. I love that. So here's a great example. Here's how I want you to not feel bad about yourself. Wilfredo, who I went to high school with, who's a fly motherfucker, who has a podcast, always has amazing people on there. And has signed up for Video Vixen, I believe. Is that true? He has clicked a link that shows me his name. You see, I stay fucking up. We see his picture and we see his name. This person, I don't know who it is. It says Facebook user, and I don't see their picture. So this link that I'm putting here right now is the link that you give StreamYard permission to show your picture and your name. If you don't care, don't do it. But I won't read your name because I can't see it. Okay. Okay, so that's what's happening there. It matters and it doesn't matter. All right. So fucking up. There's so many bonuses to it. I'm going to share some wisdom on it. And I want you to know, in a world that champions success, I want you to consider that failure is not a roadblock. Like, can we say that again and again and again? Yes. I'm going to shut the door. Hold on 1 second. Also, want to make sure that I get to Zumba class. How am I going to cover Mr. Cooper? He's shivering cold. Even in the winter, I like to give fresh air to my house. Okay, here we go. You know, nothing is set up perfectly. Okay, so that's like a bit of a failure. Failure is not a roadblock. And I want to say, okay, good. Yes, Mindy, you did it too. Failure is the way we learn. Great. Let me guess who this is. I'm going to take a guess. No, I don't want to guess. Here's the thing. We are programmed to believe that we're fuck ups. We are programmed that we're doing it wrong. And my thought leadership is here to tell you, you're doing everything right. And the people that want you to do it right, they're wrong. And actually, they're right for their own lives. You can have a difference of opinion. So failure is the way we learn. If we were, I know, I guess too, but I don't see her name. So I want to really commend us all for finding each other, because when we're alone and we think we're doing it wrong, it is the worst feeling in the fucking world. And there's a part of us that thinks everybody knows it. Everyone knows I'm fucking it up. But I want to tell you, here is the place where if you fuck it up, bravo, come back and learn from it. And then you're the biggest winner in the room. So if you think about the moment an acorn, a magical acorn from the enchanted forest, is destined to become a mighty oak. Before it stretches towards the sky, it must go deep into the soil in the darkness. Ugh. And in that darkness, the weather that storms failure in this context is not the end. The acorn is not like, oh, I'm fucked. I stay in the darkness. Eventually, it transforms and it starts to grow towards the sun. I can give you 1,000 metaphors, but in our own lives, failure is such a fucking opinion. I mean, in this context that I just already started, where is there a failure? Like where, right? In 5th grade, you fail a test, you get in trouble. I do not see your profile. No, you have to click this link. It looks like this. Because I'm on StreamYard, and StreamYard is a website that allows me to stream in several places. So right now I'm in both groups. If you're showing up the Enchantress Society, it's an only women's group. And if you're in the Relational Embodied Intimacy group, it's men and women. And me on StreamYard means I'm in both at the same time. And instead of using a phone and a computer, I'm streaming in one place and you both groups see it. First of all, I thought your name was Sky. So you're already starting out in a way that introduces you in your way. And that's really special. So I want everyone to decide, who are you? What's your name? You know, I have a friend and it's a perfect example. Like, she's always been known as Gabby. And then when she started calling herself Gabrielle, which is her truest full name, she started to feel different about herself. So whether you're changing your name or you're adding enchantress or goddess or master, then give yourself permission to show up that way without explaining, right? Every single time. This is not about your audience. This is about you. Yeah. You could do everything. Whatever you have linked, you could do. Can you do Instagram? Wilfredo, can you do Instagram? I never even looked at that. So I want to share with you, prepare to fuck it up. And here's some motivation about fucking things up. So the failures that you have, instead of defining you, it's like the peak of your story, right? When we watch movies, we wait for something to get fucked up. And then, we have the release of the success. And it's not going to feel good. But we do know that there's always an arc, right? And I just want to say, bar suicide, and I just want to say this, you can't fuck it up. I can stick with that. Okay, so let's redefine failure. I want you to shift your entire perspective already on failure. Instead of seeing yourself as loser, a fuck up, an alien, an asshole, someone who's rude, like all the negative things. And basically it's a loop. Like, you'll probably see that as a lot of pattern time in your life. I want you to see it as an opportunity to learn, adapt, and evolve. Oh, IG is not available. Okay. I don't know if you can't see this link. That's the one to click. Do you see it? Maybe you don't see it. Okay. Ooh. Mystic Mindy. Great. Great. So, and we can do this on our one-on-one, is like when you introduce yourself, I really want you to practice that. Today, I'm talking about cold water dipping. Hello, I'm Mystic Mindy, and I'm going to be, and I'm sharing why if you go in the water, your whole life will change. Boom. I probably could find loopholes in something I didn't like about that, but more, yeah, think about your title. Think about, do you want to be called Mr. Artero? I don't know. I'm just making things up. But the idea is you want to show up in a way that makes you feel like the current and the next biggest versions of yourself. Okay, I'm multitasking so I can get you all the link. Here's the link. Find that link. Now, listen, if you've ever done Video Vixen and you're like, find a way to get excited about it. Find a way to do it in a way that feels like, ooh, it's new to me. Ooh, I'm going to get something out of this. Don't do it to support me, Shane. Do it to give yourself an opportunity to be seen. That's how your soul shines. Yeah, so that's great. So then you can also ask people, can you say this? Let me hear what it sounds like. You can record yourself. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. You could show up and say, "Hi, this is Mystic Mindy." And then be like, "You know what? I thought about this for 10 weeks. I thought I was going to like it, but I'm changing it." So there we go, Sky. Now you never have to do that again. It's already done. Oh my God, that's amazing. Doesn't that feel good? Okay. And I'm still learning too. Yeah, I want everybody to have a good time. I want everyone to feel like they're seen. Here's the second thing. Extract the lessons. So which with each setback or challenge or frustration, there's a lesson waiting to be unearthed from the magical enchanted forest. So if you can identify, and this is where community comes in, if you can analyze your experience just enough to see a pattern and take out the wisdom, get right back on the path. Okay. So this is not about, and here's the thing, we're humans. We're going to make that mistake so many fucking times. And then one day it's going to be like, okay, I get it. And you're going to get another opportunity. And sometimes we have to make the challenge happen a lot of times. But if you do it in a way where you're in a community and you're like, oh my God, just because I'm showing up, people are going to see me, you become more aware. And it's awareness where the juice is. Now, I'm currently in this moment at 6:25. There's a dance class I want to get to. It takes me about 10 minutes to get there, 15. I don't want to fuck that up. And it's very easy for me to stay home and not go. It's warm. Cooper's resting, but I have to go. So I'm going to get through these. The third one I wrote down was cultivating resilience and getting a little bit of your tough cookie in you. So you're not, oh, thank you. You're not stumbling through your lesson. You're like, no, I fucking got this. And when you get something and you can own it, don't you want to tell everybody? That's the whole point. When you fuck something up and then you figure something out, you're like, holy shit, I'm getting something from this. When I first started doing improv acting and I went to that class, I was a bully of it. I was like, you have to come with me. You have to come with me to class. If people were still talking about their same problems over and over, I'd be like, come to class. You could work it out. Come to class. You could work it out. And the truth is, I couldn't hear their problem again. I didn't know what to say or do when it was uncomfortable. And for me, it lands as pressure. Even if someone's like, oh, I'm just sharing with you. I'm like, no, to me, it feels like pressure. So I want everyone to know that we show up for each other differently. So when you become more resilient, you take it less personally, whatever it is. So if you fuck something up, you learn from it, you announce it, you teach from it, you take the lessons, and you cultivate more resilience so that you don't see it as a stumbling block. And you're like, oh my God, I'm just human. Let me keep moving. And the next piece is, the fourth piece is, it gives you permission in your head to have a growth mindset. Like, wow, that was really fucked up and uncomfortable. Oh, I'm sensitive. Shit, I forgot that. Of course, I have to remember that. So we forget how sensitive we are. We forget that, oh, I'm really triggered by this, this, and this. And we think people are out to get us. And then it's like, wait a minute. They're not out to get me. They're just in their own shit. So when we're in a failure, we forget that other people are in their own versions of failure. So as we move Video Vixen, if you miss a day, what does that mean? Does that mean you stop? No, you just fucking show up the next day. You can't fuck this up, and you're going to fuck this up. It's the biggest paradox. And I love a conflict. I love an inner paradox because that's where the growth is. That's where the acorn cracks open and starts to reach for the sun. Oh, okay. The fifth thing, and this is something we all know I love, celebrate the small fucking wins. You want to make a video on Instagram every day, great. And there's one day you're like, oh, I feel like shit. I feel shy. I feel awkward. I don't want to do this. So you come into one of the groups and you do your video there. Now I'm not consistent. Who gives a fuck? If you're in your bed every day for the last Video Vixens, get out of your bed and do a video standing up. Like, show up any way you want. Give yourself challenges beyond what I give you because this is your own. This is somewhat a self-study course. If you want extra one-on-one help, I'm available. You can book a session with me. It's $222 for a 22-minute session. And you don't have to. You could do the whole thing on your own. But I'm here to support you if you want extra help. The StreamYard thing feels good because then I get to see your names. What else? What else? So that's about it. That's what I want to say. I want to say, like, I want to close out because I want to get to this dance class. Embrace failure, in quotes, learn with intent, and you be the beacon. You be the shining beacon of light that guides you towards unparalleled heights. I'm so glad, Sky. It's so important. We need each other. We forget how great we are. So, talking about this class, for 3 years or 2 years, I was triggered every fucking class, basically. And all I wanted to do was prove that I'm an asshole. I'm fucked up. You all really don't like me. I mean, I thought there were so many. There was one day oh my God. No one believes me, but we were doing a play, not a play. We were reading from a script and it was called The Donut Shop. And it was about different people's managing with weight. And there was one anorexic character and there was another character who was overweight. And then there was the girl in between. And thank you. And during the fucking thing, I stood up, threw the script down, and I was like, are you guys telling me I'm fat? Like, I fucking ran to the bathroom, was like, fuck you and fuck you. I said, fuck you to everybody in the circle, not acting. And I thought they were staging an intervention for me to get control of my weight. I was 100% convinced. And I ran to the bathroom. And my teacher came. It was a small studio. It's not like down the hall. It's like a one-room studio with a bathroom door in the back. And I thought everyone was out to get me. I'm not kidding, you guys. When you're hard on yourself, I felt crazy, whatever the fuck that means. And I felt like they were staging an intervention for me. And then they all played dumb and wouldn't own up to it. And I share this story with you because we need people not only to support us, but to just witness our failures because that's where the growth is. And years after I fucked up my shit, I was like, wow, these people really love me. It's where I learned unconditional love. I never had it. I never knew that word. I never knew the word equanimity. I didn't know the word embodiment. I just knew I thought I was fucked up. Everybody knew it, and they were all lying to me. And that happened many times. This wasn't a one-time triggerable moment. So I say to you, bring your fullest self. Don't huck yourself and be like, oh, I have to do this right. I have to show up raw. You could show up and be crying. Thought leaders, like I've talked about, show up real. That is more important than having the perfect name or doing the perfect thing. Like, what the fuck is perfect anyway? So it's a revolutionary time to find your deepest authenticity. Stop being a talking head. If you don't like what you look like, do more video. But also, you could use puppets. Beep, boop, boop. You could show artwork, whatever. It doesn't matter. Maybe you're doing your video standing up because that makes you feel more seen. I don't know. Maybe you don't have makeup on. Maybe you do have makeup on. Maybe you're a guy and you want to try a new style of dress. I don't know. Yes, and the only way, thank you, Wilfredo, for sharing that. And you inspire a lot of people. So it's like for us to remind ourselves, no matter how cool we're trying to be, we're just human. And we fuck up and we make mistakes and we might sound stupid and we might have a fucking moment of like, oh my God, my face is not even. Or we might have a story in our head that's like, people are watching me and making fun. So I'm going to close out by saying you can block whoever you want when you make your live video. I'm so glad. For me too. So I didn't know I was going to tell that fat story about the donut shop. Oh my God. And even the one who was reading for the anorexic girl, she put a pillow in her belly. And I was like, are you making fun of me directly? Like, I was so upset. I was so upset. I was so upset, you guys. I wasn't pretending. I was looking at everyone in the face. We're a small group, 6 people and the teacher. And I was like, fuck you. I'm never coming back here. Fuck you and fuck you. And they just loved on me anyway. They were there for it. They were there for it. They were there and they wouldn't go away. And I was like, damn, you fucking people really love me. And I really love them. So as much as I could prove that I was fucked up, they were like, we see you in this class and we see your heart and we see your creativity and we see you. You're great. There's no way you could convince us that you're fucked up. Totally. And it's so good, Wilfredo. You're doing exactly the right thing. And I'll just post your shit, which is it never will matter. But if you talk about it and you're like, guess what? You all could say I'm amazing. I started to believe it because this group would say it. And then I would do tests. I would go to other groups. I would go to different events where I didn't know people. And they would say, you're amazing. And I'm like, how do you even know that? I just came here once. Then I would go to other events where I didn't know people to test it out. And they also said I was amazing. And I'm like, what if I believed them? What if I lived my life thinking like I'm amazing? Even on my worst days these days, I know that my heart is fucking amazing. I know that. There's no doubt in that. And so here's the piece I want to say, Wilfredo, and it doesn't matter. Oh, you're writing. It doesn't matter. If you care, to me, that's one of the most amazing things. It is. It's true. And this doesn't mean I don't get triggered and feel weird, but I know my heart is amazing. I know my hair is amazing. I know my tits are amazing. Like there's certain things I know that work about me physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And that feels really good. And so part of you showing up for Video Vixen is to hear it from so many people that you might start to think like, maybe I'm amazing. Maybe. And then that voice comes in. And every time you take a bigger, okay, I have to go. All right. So you get it. Wow. Watch this over and over. Make sure you go into, thank you for saying I'm funny. I'm trying to be funny. When I go do stand up, I feel like an asshole every fucking time. Okay. Make sure you are here signing up. Tomorrow we start. You are going to get 6 prompts at a time. 6, 12, 18. How you like that math? You're going to get that. That's one piece. So you're going to have 6 prompts at a time. Just so you know, that's what's going to happen. And you can look at all of them, or you don't have to look at all of them, but I'm not providing morning surprises anymore. Use this link right here, the StreamYard Facebook link, if you want me to see your name, because that's important. Okay, use that. You can type in StreamYard.com/Facebook, and then I'll see your name. And that's it. What else do I got to say? I'm going to come on in the morning. My intention is to do 18 days on LinkedIn. That's so not easy for me. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it for 18 days as well as show up here. It's asking a lot of myself, but I want to do thought leadership talks on the theory of behavior and troubled teens. And it feels like a whole new business, but it's not. It's just me showing up on LinkedIn, which is not here, you know. I'm going to show up here too, but yeah. So that's what's happening. I welcome you. Tomorrow, the prompts will be in the groups and in the Icon Academy. You're going to get 6 prompts tomorrow, okay? And you're going to do them any way you want. I'm just saying that, okay? You got it? Everybody got it? Type a yes. Woo! And I'm going to go to this dance class. I hope I'm not late. I've not been to this one because we usually have Trust Club tonight. But, really? Interesting. Well, here's the thing, though. I don't know. We'll see how that goes because I'm talking about a different topic. But maybe I see what you're saying. You can do it that way. Don't do all 6. Do 1. Do 1 prompt a day. And do whatever you want. You know, look at you. You're already doing things that are such a leader. Sky, when you fall into your I am a leader brain, the world is going to feel it. You can do whatever you want. I don't know. I'm providing 6 prompts. You can do whatever you want. And I know it's important to be clear, but also choose your own adventure. Make your own adventure. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for showing up. Of course, I'm hungry. Whatever. All right, everybody. Happy Video Vixen Eve. I love you all. I'm so glad that this has been a cool thing. And if you're new to the Video Vixen, I want you to know these people have done it before. They know me as a leader. They know me as a coach. But you can fall and jump and twist and do all the things as you wish. Or you can be a good boy or a good girl and try to do them the right way. Doesn't matter. This challenge, this mission happens twice a year. I'll see you in August, but I want to see you tomorrow. Start tomorrow. You're going to get the prompts in the morning. I might even post them very late tonight because there's more chances I'm going to be awake for that than waking up at 6 in the morning. Yes. And Sky, the prompts will be pinned to the top of each group. You can still invite a friend. I gave you a sample letter for you to email your friends. Poke around in the group, find it all. Thank you and have a good night. Whoop.